Jerry's fleet gets grounded. Government criticizes Congressman after rebuke. New York-based Guyanese killed in road rage incident. And gas to shore project, putting the cart before the horse. I am Noriko Bulford, and this is Uncut News. Jerry has been grounded by the Guyana Civil Aviation Authority. Roraima Airways' fleet of Trilanders has been restricted from flying as the agency continues to investigate the crash landing on Saturday morning of one of the planes with 5 persons aboard. The plane crash landed close to Hagsbush landfill on the East Bank, raising concerns about what might have gone wrong and the extremely close shave for the 2 crew and 3 passengers, one of whom sustained injuries. Over the weekend, the Blowplug crew in Region 11 held an anti-PPP rally in Brooklyn. During the rally, U.S. Congressman Hakeem Jeffries made sharp statements condemning what he calls intolerance and racially motivated issues in Guyana, and promises to deal with the issues at the highest level of his Democratic Party. In response, Prime Minister Phillips has called for a meeting with Jeffries and called his statement appalling. Police investigating the murder of shady Brazilian businessman Euclid da Silva has released the person of interest who was being questioned. The man was released after being placed on station bail early yesterday morning. When asked whether investigators are seeking other persons of interest, the police representative responded in the negative. Exxon has said that its planned scale of operations is too large for Guyana Shore Base in Houston to solely meet its needs, and in March of this year they advertised for firms to show their onshore support services capabilities. In response to this, the shore base is now seeking a $100 million loan from the IDB to expand. The IDB project summary for Shore Base's proposal states that the financing would help it to build additional berths at its Houston port to accommodate the increased number of ships due to future oil and gas operations. Are you one of the chosen few that benefits from duty-free? If yes, then check out these amazing vehicles that just arrived at Best Buy Auto Sales. This 2016 Toyota Harrier Grand Sport Edition, this 2014 Range Rover Evoque, and this 2016 Lexus RX 200T are all on sale. They are all fully loaded and come with all modern features. Call or WhatsApp 662-0844 for more info, or visit their showrooms at Lot 171 Pitero Street, Queenstown, or Lot 2 Lamar Street, and tell them Noriko sent you to get in on a sweet deal. Over in Parfait Harmony, early this morning, 20-year-old motorcyclist Mahendra Diopal died of his injuries after he hit a pothole while fleeing from the police. The police said that Diopal was driving along the Parfait Harmony public road without a safety helmet. But when the cops tried to stop him, he sped off before accidentally hitting a pothole and losing control of his bike. He died hours later while receiving medical treatment. Hairdresser Miguel Ram and former Miss India Guyana contestant Sharona Katitra have denied stealing from a wedding house on the west coast of Aurora on August 1st. Ram, Katria, and Katria's taxi driver, who were in attendance at the wedding house at La Union, west coast of Aurora on the day in question, were suspected of theft after the complainants said that their cash, jewelry, and phones went missing. Thursday night, police in Queens, New York, reported that 24-year-old Guyanese Anthony Ali was murdered during a road rage incident. Officers say Anthony Ali was driving a blue BMW when the driver of a black Infiniti sedan crashed into the back of his car just before 10 p.m. The two exchanged words before the man pulled out a gun and shot Ali multiple times about the face and body. Ali tried to drive off but was shot and killed. His BMW then crashed into a light pole. Don't miss the grand 50% off sale and get a free 1-month Digicel Prime bundle plan. Available at City Mall, Starbucks Square, Regent and Light Street, Marcy Turkine, and Marcy Providence. Shop early, limited stocks available. It's now time for today's Rona Report. Today, the nation recorded 14 new cases. There are now 578 persons dead, 16 in the ICU, 895 in home isolation. The total number of confirmed cases around the nation now stands at 23,575. So please, people, wash your hands frequently. Avoid touching your nose and mouth and mask up before you leave the house. When you do leave home, try to avoid enclosed spaces and large crowds. and remember to give 6 feet of space between you and others. Over in the region, the death toll from a devastating earthquake in Haiti rose to 724 as rescue workers scrambled to find survivors buried under buildings following the 7.2 magnitude earthquake. Southwestern Haiti bore the brunt of the blow, especially in the region in and around the city of Les Cayes. The quake flattened hundreds of homes and buildings in the region. Yesterday, the world watched stunning scenes of Taliban fighters standing in the Afghan president's office and crowds of Afghans rushing to the airport trying to escape the country. At least 7 people have died in 3 days of chaos at the airport, including 2 armed individuals killed by U.S. forces and Afghans who fell from the wheel wells of a U.S. combat plane as it took off. Both civilian and military air operations were suspended for now due to people on the civilian side of the airport interfering with takeoffs and landings. The Taliban takeover comes 2 weeks before the date President Joe Biden had set to withdraw the last U.S. combat troops from Afghanistan, thus triggering a pathetic and sad and unnecessarily bloody end to an sad, unnecessary, and bloody long protracted war of imperialism. You there, Mr. Truck Owner. A great place to get high-quality truck parts and engine spares for low prices is Powered Automotive. They stock parts for DAF, Freightliner, Mark, International, and all models of Cummins engines. Visit them at Lot 1161 EE Eccles or call them on 697-0171. Save big on truck parts at Powered Automotive, the #1 heavy-duty truck parts store in Guyana. Real ting. And now for our stupid news of the day. You know what I think is stupid? The fact that the leaders of this country think we're stupid for questioning the logic of the Gas to Shore project. Jagdeo is disrespecting the intelligence of the average Guyanese by acting like this is the only hope for the nation, especially given the fact that many people, both home and in foreign, have raised serious questions about the project. Now, despite claiming to have done a set of feasibility studies regarding the project, Jagdeo's own Natural Resources Minister, Vikram Bharat, is only now stating that they are currently working on a grand master plan to deal with all of the excess natural gas that we are about to produce. But planning to build the structure without even having a plan for what to do with it is akin to putting the cart before the horse, and you don't even own a stable yet. Not only that, but I have serious doubts that the structure will be built in time, seeing as the Guyana government, no matter who's in charge, has a terrible track record of being over budget, over time, and using inferior quality. Again, no matter who is in office. I mean, seriously, at this point, neither government can even build a modern road or an airport in just 2 years. So why in the world would this billion-dollar project be any different? My questions go on and on, but all I'm trying to say is not questioning how the government is going to spend $1 billion of our taxpayer dollars is pretty stupid. Have a business and need access to more Goondu balls? Register it on one of the fastest growing business directories in Guyana. Sign up for free on snap.gy and get your business listed today. And yes, you heard me right, it's absolutely free. Get listed today on snap.gy. Moving on to our Uncut News Views Poll question of the day. Every day we pose a question about current events in the nation, the region, the diaspora, and how you feel it relates to us. So you give your responses in the comments and we'll read the best ones in the following episode. Friday's question was, should children be required to be vaccinated for the Rona before returning to school? Angie the Atheist said, we should not enforce the vaccine law for children. The parents are the ones who should have the right to make that decision. But in the event that a child gets seriously ill from contracting the virus or dies, the parent should be sent to jail. That's one way of dealing with it. Marcel Vaughn says, parents have a choice on what is best for their children. Parents get to decide if their children should be vaccinated. And finally, King Tut says, I work in the healthcare industry and still seeing many COVID-19 patients in the hospital. Saw many deaths and recoveries. I took the vaccine in June for my family's sake, and the fact that I still have to work with patients of all types. I would encourage all of Guyana to take the vaccines if they have no health issues that can be adversely affected. All children who are eligible should get the vaccines. They should also consume foods rich in vitamin C, D, E, and zinc. These vitamins will help to strengthen the immune system. So, you heard that. While you may disagree out there with the vaccine, at least listen to him. You too need vitamins C, D, E, and zinc. That is non-debatable. So for tonight's question, how much of a raise do you think the public servants should receive, seeing as the government has not even mentioned how much they're getting? Think about that question and tell us in the comments below. If your response is good enough, we just might feature it in our next episode. Anyway, that's all the time we have for tonight. Check us out tomorrow for another. Until then, I'm Rico Bulford saying good night, folks. Hey, Uncut News viewers, thanks for watching. You can subscribe by clicking on this button over here, or click over there for more news. You can also drop a comment to let me know if you've made it to the end of the video. Goodbye for now.